Welcome back. In this section of the class, we'll be exploring something that's really exciting. It's called the 6 steps. And these steps were created by Lester Levinson, the creator of the Sedona method, as a summary of all the work that we've been doing together so far in the class. These 6 steps are a distillation of everything that we've been doing. You'll find them very helpful to refer to. In fact, I know a lot of people who have reduced the 6 steps into a small size and stuck it in their day timer, or put it in their wallet or in their purse, so they have it to refer to. If you get stuck at any point, you can just look back at the 6 steps and it will help you get unstuck, because this summary is the core of everything that we've been doing. Now, step 1 is you must want freedom or imperturbability, or whatever your goal is, more than you want approval, control, and security. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't want any more wanting approval, control, and security before you can get your goal or to start to experience freedom. But the more you tip the scale in the direction of freedom or in the direction of your goal, the more you experience freedom in your life and the faster you pull your goal into your awareness. And our wanting freedom or our wanting imperturbability is what attracts us to this type of work. Many people would prefer to be unconscious, to not really see that there's a way out or an alternative. But because you're listening to these tapes, you're one of the people on this planet who really want to change it for the better from the inside out. So you can reinforce your desire for freedom by choosing freedom as often as you can. And there's even a question you can use that will help you discriminate, see it more clearly. And if you're getting a little stuck, or you're having doubts about whether to proceed with the method, or just something's not clear to yourself, or you have an uncomfortable feeling that you're having a hard time letting go of, ask yourself this simple question. Would I rather have this stuckness or this feeling, or would I rather be free? As soon as you ask yourself that question, you'll notice that the energy about it starts to shift. And very often that question in and of itself will cause you to let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. Step 2 is decide that you can do the method or release and be free or imperturbable, that you can achieve your goal. What that means is every time you release, it's just a decision. It's just a choice. And you have that choice to make every moment of every day. It doesn't mean you'll choose it every time from now on. But it means as you make that choice, as you choose freedom, as you decide to do the method and be free, what happens is it gets easier and easier to do. The more and more you recognize it's just a choice, it's just a decision, the easier and easier it gets to do. Step 3 is a summary of what the method is really all about. And that is see all your feelings culminate in the 3 wants. The want of approval, the want to control, and the wanting security. See that immediately and let go of the want of approval, the want to control, and the want of security. That's basically a summary of what we've been doing together. And step 4 is make it constant. Release all your wanting approval, wanting control, and wanting security when alone or with people. So every time there's a down, every time there's a problem, it's an opportunity to release and turn it around. And you can change your whole perspective on life by recognizing that every down is an opportunity to go even higher. And making its use constant is not about getting into a lot of doingness, although it might seem that way in the beginning because you're starting a new habit. But what it's more about is allowing yourself to become more and more aware of the unlimited potential that's just behind whatever you're experiencing. So making its use constant doesn't mean that you're asking yourself the releasing questions all the time. It means that you're relaxing into who you really are. You're just being at ease with who you really are. You're seeing the truth. And letting go can become second nature and automatic. It's not something necessarily that you'll always be thinking about or efforting at. And you still can be making it constant. Step 5 is if you're stuck, let go of wanting to change the stuckness. We've talked about this a lot. When we're wanting to change or control how we feel, we get stuck. So when you let go of wanting to change or control how you feel in this moment, it changes the whole dynamic. If you're feeling overwhelmed, let go of wanting to change or control it. If you find you're moving away from releasing, let go of wanting to change or control it. If you find that you've forgotten to release, let go of wanting to change or control it. If you find there's certain patterns that you're having more difficulty letting go of than others, just let go of wanting to change or control it. It is so simple, and by letting go of wanting to change or control it, you'll be right back on track again. Step 6 is each time you release, you are lighter, happier, and more effective. If you do this continually, you will continually be lighter, happier, and more effective. Lester used to call the method the bottoms-up method. And what he meant by that is, as you use this technique, you'll notice that what you consider a peak right now will eventually become where you bottom out. It's not that there won't still be ups and downs, but as you release, both your highs get higher, but so do your lows. You might feel your feelings more acutely because as you release, you become more open, more sensitized, more discriminating. But even though you're feeling your feelings more, you're also letting go of them much more easily. And because of that, you'll see a rapid increase in your freedom over time. And also, the reason we've been encouraging you to write your gains at the back of this book and keep track of the positive changes in your life is when you do that, you're recognizing, yes, I feel freer, I feel happier. Things are getting easier. I'm becoming more effective. And as you acknowledge that, you're feeding energy to the positive instead of the negative. And what that also does is it cycles back to step 1. As you see that you are getting freer, you are getting happier, it strengthens your desire to have more of that. Lester also used to say, could it get any better? And you can use that question for yourself as well. If it can get any better, if you release, it will. So congratulations on finishing this part of the course. We'll be doing just a little bit more work together on the next side of the tape. But let's take a few minutes together now talking about some of the things that you can do to really incorporate everything you've been learning in this tape series. The first, and of course the most obvious thing, is to review the tapes often. Every one of these tapes is designed to be listened to more than once. But even more importantly than that, is practice, practice, practice. The more you use the method in your life, the more you'll see benefits. This tool is a tool for living. It's not a tool that you only use when you take time out to do it. You can release in traffic. You can release with your family. You can release at work. You can release with your spouse or significant other. You can release in any situation. And I promise you, as you incorporate releasing into your life more and more, the benefits will be increasing exponentially, not just in a straight line, but it gets better and better over time. Another thing that you'll find really helpful in applying the method is to review the first 5 tapes from the perspective of looking for the wanting approval, wanting control, and wanting security. Because everything we did in the first 5 tapes also relates to those 3 internal, deeper wants. So if you're doing likes and dislikes, you can also take it a little deeper and look for the wanting approval, control, and security and let it go. Another thing that you'll find really helpful in helping you to incorporate the method into your life and really get the most benefit out of it is to share it with those you care about. Create a releasing support system around you. Share it with your husband, your wife, your children, the people in your community, the people at your home, your office. The more you surround yourself with people who are also letting go, the more you'll be supporting yourself in having freedom manifest in your life. And there's several ways you can do that. One way is by encouraging others to get their own set of tapes. You can also share your tapes with them and order extra sets of workbooks. You can be trained as a Sedona Method instructor and really start to share this in your community. And if you're already a therapist or a trainer or someone who's sharing this type of work, you can get certified by taking our instructor training to start to incorporate this work into what you're already doing. The other thing you can do is if you're involved in a group or an organization that you think can benefit from the method, you can suggest to them that they contact us, or you can contact us on their behalf, and we'll be happy to bring the Sedona method into that group or organization. We have targeted classes that are done in corporations that really make a tremendous difference. The other thing that you'll find very helpful is to participate when you can, when you feel ready to, in some of our more advanced programs. We have courses that are designed to incorporate everything that you've learned on these tapes in a more in-depth way on various topics like relationships and health and wellness and many other things. And we also have some more advanced courses that will help you to really apply the method to discover your own deepest, innermost truth. Lastly, please spend a few moments over the next few days writing down some gains that you'd be willing to share with us on the sheet at the end of the book called the Gain Sheet. This sheet we use to get feedback on how we're doing. We also use what's shared on the sheet in order to get the method out to a greater and greater number of people. It helps us to see how you're doing. And because it's so important to us, there are several benefits that you receive from sending in the sheet. One is you're considered a Sedona Method graduate, and you'll be entered in a free subscription to our newsletter called Release, which has interesting articles about the method and how to apply it in your life. And it will also keep you informed about what's going on around the world that you can participate in. The thing you'll get. If you'd like to review the live seminar wherever it's offered around the world, in New York or Boston or Phoenix or San Francisco or LA or any of the other places that we offer this seminar, you'll be able to take it. So please send in your gain sheet. We really appreciate that. Lester used to say, when someone completed the basic course, that now they're really on course. Not from the beginning of the class, but from when it ended. Because this class is just a beginning. It's not an end in and of itself. It's a beginning of a whole new life and a whole new experience for you. And this class has given you the tools to really keep your sights on your goals, including the goal of the ultimate freedom, by giving you a way to let go of whatever it is that pulls you off track or that pulls you in the wrong direction. And as you use the method, you'll find that who you are becomes more and more obvious to you, and you'll find that the benefits will continue to increase over time.